Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned in to the Fantasy Couch podcast. We got a lot to talk about, and we're going to go fast paced because we don't want this to drag on. This could possibly drag on for 2 hours, 20 minutes. We're going to try to keep it close to an hour so that Mike doesn't zone out. We're talking Julio Jones Julio Jones fantasy impact, the big trade. We're talking Baltimore Ravens. We're talking football curses. We're going to do a 3-round, 12-team redraft mock draft. We got the couch. It's already loaded. We got 12 people in there already, including us three. We're talking dynasty trades and probably some other stuff. Oh, big-time quarterbacks, Rodgers and Watson. Let's jump right into it. I'm Hussein. That's Mike. That's Drew. Let's start off with the Julio Jones trade impact. Blockbuster trade. This is hands down the biggest news, right? In recent football news. There hasn't been much big news.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely shakes up the NFL landscape. It puts Julio with AJ Brown, who's an up and coming, Julio clone, I feel like. So he's only going to get better. I think it's going to give Julio a fresh start. He's been missing a lot of games with injury, but this gives him a chance to, show what he can do again on a big stage. And they're Super Bowl contenders now. You have to count them in with Derrick Henry.
Can you find the meme? It's on our Facebook. Can you find that Derrick Henry meme where it's like Julio Jones? Julio Jones is on the game, and then it's like this is the play. Julio Jones wide open, and then he's handing it off to Derrick Henry. Find that if you can find that meme. I want to tell people what's up. It's gonna go into what I'm talking about.
You said Facebook?
It's on the Facebook group. That one guy posted it, but you're gonna have to find it. You have to do research. While I'm talking about these emojis here, these chart ups and charts down, hopefully you can get that meme by the time we're done. Okay, so this is the fantasy impact that the Julio Jones trade is going to happen for everyone involved in it. Okay. And I tweeted this out and it's a bunch of chart emojis. So I'm going to delve into it. It's more complicated, but on Twitter, I summed it up with chart emojis. Matt Ryan's stock goes down. Now there's several ways to look at this. It was basically heading this way anyway. So he's another year older. He's with the Falcons. That means that he's on it. It's not an exciting place. He's getting beat up a lot. He's aging faster than someone else, right? It's a very depressing place to play. He doesn't want, he wants to win a freaking Super Bowl. He came really close a few years ago to winning it. So with all that being said, is he towards his end of his career? So it's not per se the Julio Jones trade exactly that I'm giving him chart down emojis, but it's so many variables going against him. The only good variable, they drafted Kyle Pitts. So, if you want to say that and Julio's a wash, it's not, because that's a rookie tight end. If you want to say that, that's fine. Bad O-line. They haven't had a run game in years. And like I said, another year with a bad team,
bad defense.
Well, that actually helps. But he's going to be more tired. He could get more beat up. You know what I mean? Like, what are the Falcons going to do? Oh, they're going to throw the ball. They're just going to tee up. So yeah, it's just rough. If you want to take Matt Ryan at the end of the draft as your QB2, that's great. Calvin Ridley's stock goes up, but there's already fantasy articles saying wide receiver 1 ? And so it's like, I see this guy being drafted in round 1 in some PPR leagues. Rarely, but I'm saying his ADP is going higher, and that's why I'm probably going to be avoiding Calvin Ridley. Mid round 2, I'd consider him. Late round 2, I love it. That's I've taken him all the time, but I honestly don't think he's going to fall to late round 2 in vast majority of my drafts. I don't think so. And so that's why I'm kind of avoiding him. Kyle Pitts, stock up. Now I'm in between everybody. He's a polarizing player. So fantasy community is like, this guy's being drafted way too early. And the other fantasy community is like, his upside's tight end 1. I'm taking him. I would want to, if it's the end of round 6, late round 6, I'll take him. Round 7, I'll take him all the time. So if he falls a decent amount I'm willing to take that risk. I'm not willing to take that risk late round 4, which is he's going mid to late round 4 in a lot of drafts. I'm not willing to take that risk probably that early. But I just have so much confidence. And yes, it's a rookie tight end. I have that much confidence in this guy year 1. Targets, everything's gonna be there. I think this is perfect scenario for Kyle Pitts. How much faith do you guys have in Kyle Pitts for year 1?
Obviously, I'm very high on him. I got him with the 7th overall pick in our dynasty draft. And I was able to trade away Darren Waller because I have Kyle Pitts now. And I just think that he's going to step in right away for Julio Jones. He's going to take all those targets. He's a big body in the red zone. He's going to score a lot of touchdowns. And he's just going to be an elite tight end right off the bat. That's my guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to agree with Michael. I mean, Brain, I'd have to disagree with you. I'd take him in the 4th round and just risk it. You got to risk it for those championships. And he's the type of player that you're right. He could be the TE1 or for years to come. I mean, so I think that he's a stud.
Well, let's say you're in 10 leagues and he's available at 4.11 in all 10 of your leagues. You wouldn't even diversify. You just go all in.
You might be right. I mean, if I'm in 10 leagues, definitely diversifying the portfolio with your stocks and shares is smart. But, I mean, he's going to be a fantastic player straight out the gate, I believe.
Yeah, he's a sure thing. So you can do worse at 4.11 than Kyle Pitts, who's, has a high probability of success this year.
We do have that meme, by the way. We do have that meme. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, the meme is in.
Yes, that will be of much use very soon. I got it. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there are some crappy options at 4.11. Who's going to be there? Actually, it's going to be Julio Jones, Mike Evans, Montgomery goes right before that, usually, but here's a good one, Myles Gaskin. So I'd probably take Myles Gaskin, which is not, or ETN. I would. And then here's the thing. If I miss out on Kyle Pitts at 4.11, which is too early for me, I'll just get Hawkinson in round 6 or 7. I'll get Mark Andrews round 6 or 7, and I think I'll be very good because I'm going to take that Mike Davis in round 6, like I said, at ETN round 5, and then pass up on Kyle Pitts. That's where I'm standing. I definitely don't want him in a lot of leagues, and I definitely do want him in some leagues. So he's I'm diversifying my portfolio. I see about 18% share in Kyle Pitts because I won't be reaching for him. That's the thing. And
will he be a top 5 tight end though at the end of the year? Will he?
Probably.
Yes.
Okay.
Will he be top 3 though? I think is a bigger question because there's a big tier gap in tight ends. So having that top 3 tight end, I mean, even Mark Andrews and Hawkinson were probably a little bit lower in terms of just points per season based on the difference in skill.
I don't think the tier gap is that big, but there is a tier gap there is the big 3 though that does exist: Kittle, Waller, and Kelsey. Now Kyle Pitts, top 3, yeah, he does have a realistic shot. I think top 2, he definitely need an injury or something to happen to like a Kelsey or Waller. With top 3, yeah, there definitely is things change all the time. So yeah, top 3 without any weird things happening, he does have a legitimate shot of sneaking in that top 3. I mean, they're gonna throw the ball. Like that's just, there's no this is a team that throws the ball. This is a team with no no defense. Like they're gonna throw. And Matt Ryan's he's not a rushing quarterback, so there's no designed QB runs. Like there's no other options here. Okay, we stopped salivating about Kyle Pitts. Next up is
Kyle Pitts segment over.
Yes, it's over. Next up is the Russell Gage segment. Extremely boring.
Theory.
We could just skip. You could just skip Gage theory. He's just a guy. I mean, whatever. Like, I'm definitely not reaching for him. He's a guy that's like, oh crap! Like, I forgot to put him in my rankings, and he might slip, and then that's what I take him. Like, that's what I think of him. Like,
let someone else take him.
Great option because he's so unsexy. He could be like the unsexiest guy in this whole list. He is that. He is, in fact, the unsexiest name in this whole list. And that's unsexy names sometimes fall. So I'm giving him, of course, 2 charts up. Like, of course, he's going to get way more targets because now he's starting on every single play. He's gonna get a ton of snaps, so he'll get some targets. Ryan Tannehill's stock goes way up. So I got him in this tier around roughly. I got Tom Brady ahead of him in my rankings, which I'm not nowhere near finalizing yet, but I am coming close to doing my redraft rankings. So he's going to be below Tom Brady, but he's going to be right around this Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow range. So like around QB 15, something like that. QB 14 maybe. Joe Burrow's growing on me as well. Like I really think he's going to be good with his rushing ability and chase, and they're going to throw the ball. So Ryan Tannehill, huge boost. No need to. That's what's cool is no need to reach for him in one QB leagues. Derrick Henry stock goes way up. Like there aren't too many other receivers in football that require double teams than Julio Jones. So if you're going to double Julio and double teaming is, I don't know. It's kind of more like a phrase. I guess people think like, oh, double team, put one safety up top and one corner. Double teaming is very complex. You know, you got to figure out how you're going to do it. Sometimes actually you take a linebacker and prevent the short dig route, the short slant, something, you know, a medium, intermediate inside route. Sometimes you're taking a safety for a deep play. Like it's whatever. It's going to require two people, but it's not just like, oh, it's a deep route and we're going to put a safety. It just requires more players, more resources. There's a lot of ways, but no matter which way it's going to happen, whether it's a linebacker, you know, playing a zone to prevent like an inside intermediate route or a safety, it's going to take away from Derrick Henry, who you have to tackle early. Once he gets going, he's like juggernaut. So you're either going to double team Julio or you're going to stack the box with 9 men to try to stop Henry. You got to pick your poison. So both these guys are going to have huge plays. Derrick Henry, huge run. Julio Jones, huge gain. So I love Derrick Henry now. I think I'm going to have him. Yes, he has now my top 3, my 3rd overall option in redraft. So it's going to be CMC, then Dalvin, then Derrick Henry. And that's full PPR. So that's how much I like Derrick Henry. And we do have this meme. AJ Brown stock goes down. Just basically, he's going to get less fantasy points, but just a teeny bit. Like it's not going to be that big of a deal. And that's why I love AJ Brown. Now he's falling around. He's going to start to fall to round 3. I'm pull the trigger because I hated AJ Brown going early round 2. Like people's like, he's the best receiver. Now because of the Julio trade and what I just said. So now they're either going to devote more resources to stopping Henry or Julio. And there's one guy who's always going to get single coverage, always going to get the worst corner, whatever the case may be. You can't worry about AJ Brown even if Julio is a banged up decoy, you got AJ Brown over there. Like, I love him. Give him to me in round 3, 100% of the time. Julio Jones stock goes down, but I was already willing to take him late round 4. So now on occasion might fall to round 5. These idiots that are drafting push him up to round 3. I don't know how that makes sense. This trade happens, and now some people are drafting him round 3 now. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't even get that. Anthony Ferguson hype train is kind of over. I'll still take him as a tight end too in a deep league though. I don't care. And Mike Davis, no change. And Olamide Zacchaeus is a deep league sleeper. For those of you weirdos out there who want to take a risk.
I know a few of them.
So people pick. You see a couple of Zacchaeus ads?
I just swooped him.
Oh, there you go.
I just swooped him in
Mike
one of
right
our
there.
leagues. I dropped Jeff Driscoll, so there was room.
Yeah,
This is a great meme.
That's a good move. All right, so here's the meme. Guys, this is the part you don't get about this meme. This meme is a meme in itself. So in this meme, for the audio listeners, Julio Jones is wide open. And then it says AJ Brown is wide open. The tight ends, and it shows Ryan Tannehill handing the ball off to a very hungry, very greedy, ready to tear it up Derrick Henry. And guys, this is a meme in itself. This is a Uno reverse meme in itself. This is a to be continued meme in itself because you actually don't know what's going to happen. The next thing that's going to happen is that this is a play action. Boom!
Whoa.
52-yard touchdown by whoever. I don't know. It could be Julio or A.J. Brown. Either one of those guys.
Josh Reynolds, wide open.
No, God, we don't want to hear it. No.
I wanted the reaction.
That's not good.
Who's their tight end now? Is it still John
Anthony Ferguson? John who's on the Patriots.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Anthony Ferguson is the tight end.
Welcome to the show, Mike.
Yeah. Late. Still late.
But isn't this obvious that it's going to be, this is a play action. Like they're gonna call play. Like you gotta call. Like this is gonna be the best play action team in football
for sure.
Stop Derrick Henry, juggernaut, and then you literally got Julio and AJ Brown. There is one thing I almost forgot to add to this. So more like talking about AJ Brown stock and whatnot. So actually, I've been to Atlanta a few times. I know a lot of people that know Julio Jones. Even my Uber driver has seen Julio Jones in action over there. Can't repeat the story. I don't do that. I know Julio Jones. This guy is a competitive SOB. Straight up, he's a jerk. That's going to help AJ Brown. He is not the type of dude that's going to want AJ Brown just to brown nose him and going to be joyous. He's going to be like, listen, you bum, step up, join my level. I'm up here. Come up here. That's who Julio Jones is. And, that's fine. That's great. Like he's going to push AJ Brown. Like how can any other scenario happen where AJ Brown gets to learn and gets to get pushed and step it up and eventually become that, that next guy who's getting 100 receptions, the next Hopkins, the next Julio, I think this is the move. So in Dynasty, people looking at this differently. I don't think anyone's even dissected this yet or fully dissected it in their heads. AJ Brown is even better in Dynasty now. Because he's going to get better. So if you can get any type of discount on AJ Brown, I'd pull the trigger. Thoughts before we move on?
Yeah, I think AJ Brown. I mean, he's already a mentor to AJ Brown before the trade. Julio was, and he's basically what AJ Brown is like aspiring to be. They're both big body wide receivers, who are very talented. So he's gonna show AJ Brown the playbook and the blueprint to be an all-pro, wide receiver, elite wide receiver. So it could only help AJ Brown in the long term.
Yeah, and I can't really add more than what you guys have already said, other than I love discounts. So if you're offering me an elite player at a discount, I'm all ears.
Yeah, some leagues may not have that discount price, but you got everyone's doing this differently. Some leagues are gonna have it, mark down, clearance, sale, whatever it might be.
Rodgers rate.
Discount double check.
Hey, 10% off. Like make that trade. 10% off. That's huge. That's AJ Brown we're talking about, baby.
We have a question. If you want to answer one from the comments. So we have one from Sushane. He's asking, is Matt Ryan worth it as a buy low candidate? No, Julio is tough. So I'm not sure.
Let's assume he's saying super flex because who gives a crap about Matt Ryan?
Super flex for sure.
What do you think, Mike?
I say I think I say yeah. He's gonna be slept on for sure. No one wants to take Matt Ryan. I can tell you that.
Yeah, literally the only one positive. That's what I was saying with Matt Ryan is that his price. That's it.
That's good enough.
And it could be worth pulling the trigger. Like if
you want to play Moneyball, then get Matt Ryan. That's Moneyball.
It's super flex. Everyone can always use a quarterback in super flex. Like there's never a time where you're like, oh no, I don't quarterback. I already have that. Like no,
starting quarterback.
Everyone needs one. Yeah. All right.
He's got another 2 years, I think. Another good 2 solid years.
For sure.
I don't know.
2. I'll give him 2.
We'll see what happens.
I'll give him 2.
Yeah, Pitts and Ridley might extend his career a little bit with their
they might
elite playmaking.
I agree.
Also, he could get crushed. So we'll see
he
how
could get crushed.
we'll see how his happiness levels are.
Yeah,
in the Falcons.
He needs to throw. He needs to throw it away quickly.
Yeah, and I'm being funny and whatnot, but I do respect what you guys are saying. It could go your guys' way, or it could go my way, and he could be severely depressed and be like, "Nah, I'm cool. I made enough money."
Should have got Fields.
Yeah, I love the Kyle Pitts pick. So
yeah,
it was
a little risky though. A little risky.
Moving
when
on
you have
to
QBs out there.
Moving on to NFL news. My BS meter says that this might not be BS. Kareem Jackson, former teammate of Deshaun Watson, says Deshaun Watson wants to play for the Broncos. Now, this could be great because this trade's inevitable, right? Deshaun Watson's going to get traded.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah, it's close to 100% close to it. Yeah.
And I would love to see him on the Broncos. That would be a great situation for everybody involved.
Yeah, I think this is a much higher chance than Aaron Rodgers, who I just wanted to get your guys' take on Rodgers, and that's really it. Like, this guy's for sure getting traded because no matter what happens with his off-the-field issues and the allegations, he's not playing for the Texans. Like, I
really think that this could take away Rodgers' opportunity to leave Green Bay. If Denver trades for Watson, what other suitors are out there?
Raiders.
Raiders. I mean, that's an option, right? But he's the choices are dwindling.
Yes, because the Niners, I believe, like that's over because we drafted Trey Lance. That's probably, or at least it's not real. It's not realistic.
That's not happening.
Yeah, no. And then it was Broncos. So this is two options here. So yeah, if he goes to the Broncos, that's like the top two landing spots for Rodgers is over. Like, that's a big deal. And the Packers do not want to trade Rodgers. So the chances of him actually getting traded, I think, are slim, but I have no clue what's going to happen to it. All I know is Watson's a stud. He's a top 5 quarterback.
Do you think he plays this entire season, or do you think he misses games due to the legal stuff?
I think suspension is I'd say it's probable.
But this year or next year? When does he miss games in your eyes?
I think this year he's probably going to be suspended. I don't, it's tough. I'm just guessing. I would say he probably gets suspended this year.
So next year he'll be good.
Well, it won't be for 18 weeks. It won't be for 17 games.
He might get like 5 or 6 or something.
He'll get like 5, like a solid 5.
8 at most, yeah. And
8 at most.
He's playing like team, just like we're talking about in Super. That's why Superflex is more realistic. Like we're talking about, you can always use a quarter. Well, in the NFL, all these teams can always use a quarter. Look at the Broncos. They just brought in Teddy Bridgewater.
Seems like he's going to settle for a large amount. So if that happens, does that have any effect on the NFL? No matter what, is probably going to suspend him.
That's just my guess. Yeah, that's just my guess. A probable suspension this year.
Okay. Interesting.
Any thoughts on Rodgers? I already kind of said my take. I don't know if he's gonna play for the Packers.
What if he comes up like week 4? He like holds out and then he comes back week 4. Is that a possible?
It's a realistic scenario.
Okay. And if that's the case, who do you think starts? Is it gonna be Jordan Love or Bortles, in your opinion?
I have no clue. I think they want Jordan Love, but
I don't think he's ready.
It's a mess.
I don't think he's ready. They don't want him to put out there too early.
Blake Bortles is there. I really don't know. Yeah, and that's what's cool about this fight. Like, I can have a normal conversation. I see on Twitter, I cannot have a normal conversation with someone about Jordan Love. It just will.
It's a safe place.
It won't. Yeah, it won't. Like, I can just say, like, look, I don't know. If this conversation was on Twitter, he'd be like, Jordan Love, and like, dude, it's like, I don't know. I don't care that much about the Packers. First of all, like,
Packer fans are out there. They're crazy.
Well, this guy explained to me, actually. What's funny is, I'm talking trash about random people talking to me, but then random people sometimes bring up like really insightful things. And this guy in my Instagram DMs is like, look, man, Packer Nation right now is really hurt. They're really insecure. So watch out for yourselves. Like, I didn't even think of it like that.
Don't go to Wisconsin, bud.
They're freaking fragile right now. Like, don't mess with these guys. Like, they're used to having a quarterback the past 100 years. And then we're like, and then me posting a meme.
So true.
Me posting a meme is really like they're not used to this. You know what I mean? They're not Falcons fans. Falcons fans are used to this. Lions fans, Cleveland fans, they're used to this. These guys are not.
They're triggered from the Jordan Love trade up.
Oh yeah, I think they know he sucks. What's even like? I don't even want to get into this, but it's like I like Jordan Love as a prospect. I was wrong. He sucks. That's it. That's done. I missed. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. I don't care. I mean, I care, but very little. You guys can do whatever you want. You guys can yell at me. It's fine. I think Jordan Love sucks. I think it's pretty obvious. You know, he might get better. I liked him as a prospect. I was like, look, man, this is a great draft. You know, if you get him late round 1, early round 2, that's awesome. And, you know, I think I was dead wrong. I think this guy. I think it's a bad pick. I think the Packers GM is Jerry Krause. Like, this is an epically bad. Like, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing?
He didn't even communicate. If you do something that dramatic, you got to let your star quarterback know, point blank.
There's 10 check boxes, and he failed every 10. You know what I mean? He didn't check any of them. That was one big. That's the one. Like, that's probably the first check box. Let Rodgers know. Oh, you didn't do that. What's the next one? Trade up. What's the next one? Don't get a wide receiver. And then the last one, to pour salt on the wound, draft a running back early, baby. When you already got 2 of them, like it's the Jerry Krause checklist. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Jordan Love, I still think has potential, but I think he's more leaning towards Josh Rosen status versus.
Oh, I was gonna say that. Wow.
Yeah,
I was like, who's gonna have the better career, him or Josh Rosen?
I have that bad feeling, Packer Nation. I'm sorry.
It could. Right now, Justin Fields is reminding me of Josh Rosen with how he's handling stuff, and he just knows not to say it. But just to be clear, I think Fields is amazing talent. He's a great quarterback, so we'll see. I thought Josh Rosen always sucked, so he got thrown out to the Wolves. That's the thing. So I guess if Jordan Love does start, I think the Josh Rosen comparison could be very similar because you played him too early. That could be it, because Josh Rosen did like Sam Bradford play like 2 or 3 games, and then Josh Rosen came in, obviously wasn't ready. But what's funny is Sam Bradford was even worse than Josh Rosen. Like when you brought in Rosen, like Bradford was terrible. Like his career ended right then and there when he played for the Cardinals. People even forget that little stint. Do we want to answer this?
Yeah,
what is this?
We did a little bit earlier. We were talking about Kyle Pitts.
But just read it.
Say round 5.
Read it. You guys got to read it.
Kyle Grossman said, "What round you guys looking to grab Pitts at?" And I think we answered it a little earlier, Kyle. We talked about how he's getting picked in round 4. Hussein said that's not a good round to take him. He's looking at round 5 or 6.
I take him in 6 in a 12-team redraft PPR. Yeah. I'll take him round 6. In round 7, my mouse will break. I'm smashing that. I'm smashing it.
Your shares went up.
Oh yeah, it's never gonna happen, dude. He's too sexy, man. Like it's funny. I got Kyle Pitts, and then the next name on that list I had was Russell Gage. It's the sexiest name, and then comes the unsexiest name. Like it's how it is. And going on tangent here, but one of the things that I'm blessed with, the one of the things I'm good with, is that I get to ask. I put up polls. I talk to my community. I get to know what the public's thinking. Huge advantage, especially when I play DFS. I get to know I'm already good at identifying contrarian picks, and then I literally get to ask 100 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people that hit me back up with information right away within minutes of who they like and who they don't like. So it's just a great opportunity and a great advantage I have of knowing like what's up and knowing how people are thinking. Like I haven't asked a ton of people about Kyle Pitts, but I think it's common sense. Like Kyle Pitts is real sexy. Like I think
hot commodity.
It's super spicy. Like it's super spicy. It could be the spiciest commodity of all fantasy football ever. Kyle Pitts.
I like to agree with that. I'm a Kyle Pitts guy, so you ain't gonna get me to say no to that.
You know, another guy reminds me of DK Metcalf, right? Coming in now, a lot more hate for Metcalf than Pitts. Now I'm gonna actually find it. So when I did my DK Metcalf video, I Twitter searched DK Metcalf, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" Literally, everyone's talking about Metcalf, and there was only 2 positive things.
Slow 3-cone drill, they said. Slow 3-cone drill.
I didn't even like. I didn't know anyone cared about the 3-cone drill this much until DK met. Like nobody knew DeAndre Hopkins 3-cone drill. No one knows that. No one will ever know. But everyone knows DK Metcalf 3-cone. It was funny, and you know, that was a good hit of mine, at least. It was like, look, this guy's not that bad. That was my take. Like, this guy's not that bad. That was a
good one. Yeah, I remember that.
It's like, are you guys kidding me? And now he's way better than I thought. Like,
yeah.
Like, he's tearing it up.
You underestimated him, even though you put out that video.
I would assume he'll get drafted in this 3-round mock we're going to have later. That's for sure.
Who?
DK Metcalf.
Oh, yeah, he's going round 2.
Come on.
That's how good he is. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. Baltimore Ravens news. Todd Gurley works out for the Ravens. I don't think this is big deal. I don't think it'll have much relevance if they sign. It's called depth, ladies and gentlemen. Running backs get hurt a lot. And he'll be a
Did Jeff Wilson get hurt again today?
No. So okay. I tweeted that in case you missed it. That's what that stands for.
Okay.
So in case you missed it.
That's crazy.
But why I did that is I think people didn't know that he got hurt.
That's how he got hurt.
Getting
getting out of a chair.
Getting out of a chair. Yes.
That's how he hurt himself.
It was so dumb. I couldn't even find the words to say it. Yes, getting out of a chair, standing up. In the motion of getting up from a chair, he got hurt.
You just never know when it's your time. You know what I mean? It's like it's crazy.
And then that I forget his name, but that depth O lineman got hurt. And then Kyle Shanahan's like, "No more practice. We're done."
It's like this feels haunted.
It. Yeah, that's it. Everyone go home. Exit interviews 4 p.m. that way.
Cancel the 3-cone drill.
Yeah,
cancel it. People are tearing ACLs out here.
Jimmy G, stop smiling.
Trey, sit down, Trey.
It's over. Yeah, Trey, sit down. We're
gonna biking. Stop biking.
He's like, it's over. 40-day break. See you guys in 40 days.
You guys, week 1.
I mean, he didn't say that, but like, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone's thinking that. He's like, it's practice over. Like, no more camp. Like, I'm pretty sure
camp's over. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd rather be out fishing since Fields has been balling in Bears. I don't want to misconstrue it. Some of his mannerisms is kind of like Josh Rosen, like, oh, you didn't draft me type. His gameplay. He's an
introvert.
Yeah, which is okay. It's okay. It's just a little bit like, oh, that's a little weird, which is fine. That's okay. His play is not like Josh Rosen. Like,
no,
this could be the best quarterback in college football the past 2 years.
True.
So
facts.
It's not like I have always said Josh Rosen sucks. Like, and then he started to be a clueless jerk as well on top of that. No. I just think Fields is a little introvert. He's acting a little weird. That's fine. If he can ball out, he's great. I mean, I think we all knew he's a huge leap from Andy Dalton, like right away, like before camp, before anything. Like, this is a huge improvement over Andy Dalton. Like, come on.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Drew, didn't you have Fields? You took him right in our dynasty.
So
third pick overall.
I went 3rd pick, Justin Fields. I really like the guy. Like Hussein's saying, one of the best college quarterbacks last 2 years, if not the best. And there's toughness, skill, and he can run. He's a dual threat. He ran a 4.4 at his pro day, I believe it was.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to run a ton, but when he takes off, I mean, watch out. That could be a 40-yard touchdown, 20-yard run easily, because you're probably worried, just like Dak, you're worried about the pass. And then it's like, oh, wide open run, like a Mahomes or Dak. But this guy's way faster than Mahomes and Dak is the thing. So It's like when he does take off, you better watch out. 40, 60-yard runs we're going to see him on occasion. But those are huge. Those are game changers when you do get that. Defense is all tired. They're like, oh, God, should we give up? Should we start faking injuries?
Well, it's kind of like Russell Wilson used to do to the Niners, it seemed, and especially when he was a little younger, that third down, right? Running back.
Yeah, sometimes
wide receivers clear out.
Yeah, every third down he would run. Every third down he'd get the first down, and it just is mentally defeating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Baltimore
actually,
wide receivers.
The Todd Gurley thing was just some news. I mean, they're doing stuff with linemen. Whatever, it doesn't excite me. Now, this is kind of a big deal. I want to ask you guys this. So we've seen Des Bryant, Hollywood Brown, Willie Snead's got like this wide receiver movement is huge for this team. These are the 3 new wide receivers. Welcome to the Baltimore Ravens: Sammy Watkins, Rashad Bateman, and Tylan Wallace. Do you guys think they're going to use wide receivers? Do you think they're going to actually do something here with 3 wide receiver sets? Lamar improves something, anything? Or is this like round hole, square peg? Is this like it's not going to work? What do you guys think?
I think, yeah, it has to signal that they are going to use the wide receivers more in 3 wide sets, like you said. I think they have to mix things up. Even though they're primarily a running team, I think that last season, defensive coordinators were able to figure out their passing game and shut it down a little too easily last year. So I think they're going to have to, just change the playbook and mix things up a bit.
Yeah, and the other part to that is Lamar is just going to get older, and he's going to be able to run less and less over the course of his career, just as, father time catches up. So I think Harbaugh and the Ravens would be smart to actually try to improve his passing game now, as he's still young and improving, so that he can long-term be a better pocket passer. So using the wide receivers now is making more sense. Like incorporate that into your offense now, and get him going in the passing game. It'll just make the whole offense better anyways.
That's another saying. Can't teach an old dog new tricks. So now that it's a young dog, we got to teach him new tricks now.
Woof, woof.
I don't know, but I do know, like what Mike said, they are communicating like they're going to do something. I think it's a pretty loud. They're saying it very loudly that something's happening here. I don't know what it is. I mean, teams run with 3 wide receiver sets all the time. It's the norm. I remember when you did that 20 years ago in the NFL, you were a weirdo. Like, put a fullback in there. What the hell are you doing with 2 wide? Like, what are you doing with 3 wide receivers? There's like no such thing as I formation anymore. It's so weird. It's not even a thing. It's all pistol. Everyone's just in the pistol. So they're gonna do something. I don't know. So I just want you guys' opinion. Really quick, what Corey said. Russell didn't even ask for a trade. I knew that was all BS. So what Couch Captain has told me, basically what Russell wanted was more say. That's all. That was what that all was about. What was that, a month or 2 ago? Is like, he wanted a better O-line. He wanted to keep Chris Carson. He just wanted better communication. And see, this did it blew up a little bit and it was a story. But you know what happens if this was like 100 times worse? It would be Green Bay Packers. So this is the same story. If you multiply it by 100, it's the Green Bay Packers story. And so,
and on top of your point, though, I think he had a lot more say in the selection of the new offensive coordinator as well. I read that report earlier, so you're right. He was given a lot more. That was
a report you read. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, that might be true, because also the same Couch Captain, Danny, he told me, look, I was like, what happened to the Seahawks after week 7 or whatever? Like, what the hell? Like, you guys are trash. Like, but you guys are. Russell Wilson was like clear-cut MVP, and then like the offense just stalled the second half of this year. I don't know. He's like, it was obvious what they were gonna do. That everybody knew what plays they were calling, and so that they got Gerald Everett and the offensive coordinators, the Rams pass coordinate, something to do with I forget the name, but like pass specialist, pass coordinator of the Rams, and then he brought Gerald Everett. So they tried to fix that. So that was what that was all about, which is understandable. And he's earned it, and he's been getting hit a lot, just like Rodgers has earned it. think Wilson has earned it, and he doesn't want to be behind a crappy old line and wants more say in the organization. And I don't think he's an egotistical freak where he's like my way or the high or anything like that. He's just like, look, man, like you guys got to listen to me a little bit. And then Packers they really didn't do that.
I think Russell really, I mean, in his heart of hearts, I think he really wants to win a Super Bowl like this late in his career without the Legion of Boom, like as his kind of reason for winning the first Super Bowl. A lot of people think that the reason they won the Super Bowl the first time was because their defense was so good. I think Russell wants to win one on his back, and to prove his legacy in that direction.
Yeah, whatever. I think he just wants to win one.
I get you.
I think that's like a narrative you put. Like he's just like he wakes up. He's like, I want to win. He doesn't wake up. Be like, oh, Legion of Boom, and I want to prove it. And now he's just like, let's win. Let's not get destroyed behind this O line. All right, we gotta move on. I did a trade on. I like talking about my trades.
Yeah, you do.
I like it. Mike made a trade too. We can talk about that really quick too as well. So this one was quite polarizing. Two people said I did very well. Actually, they said I did well. They didn't say I did very well. A few other people were neutral, and then everyone else says I got robbed and I'm an idiot. So let's settle it right now. What's the truth? This is our league. All three of us are in it. Super flex, dynasty, 3 wide receivers. It's no secret. My team sucks. I'm rebuilding for the future. So I figure it's best to get rid of my run. I only have running backs. It's best to get rid of my running backs now, even though I don't want to, and get some other positions and some younger players and some non-running backs who have the shortest career span. So I traded with Sushane. I traded away J.K. Dobbins. He gave me Rondell Moore, a second rounder next year, and a first rounder in 2023. Again, I traded away J.K. Dobbins for Rondell Moore, a second and a first. Thoughts?
I think this is a great trade for you. I think that J.K. Dobbins, he has the talent, to be an RB1, but I just don't think it's going to happen in their offense because they like to switch out, the hot hand when it comes to running backs. So I don't think he's going to be like a workhorse for the Ravens. So that helps you. I think Rondale Moore is a very athletic, super athletic wide receiver. He's small, but he's very, explosive and dynamic. So he could be like a young Tyler Lockett type player, definitely for the Cardinals. So, that's a good piece to have. And then you got a valuable 2023 first round pick. That's, premium draft pick right there. And then you also get a 22 second round. So, I mean, that's not that great value, but I think overall the haul you got is building for the future and you got a lot of value.
He offered me a first and Rondell. And I said, I might need a little bit more. Then he threw in
a little more.
Then he threw in, which I thought was,
it's like a sweetener.
That was
like
fair. I was sweetener. Like, I need a little more. He threw in a second. I was like, hey, smash accept.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think this is very fair value, though. If you look at it, and a lot of it hinges on, Rondell Moore, how good he's going to be. But I think it's pretty darn even.
Yeah, I'm not like I don't know.
Well, how good do you think Dobbins will be, Drew? Like this year, how good do you think he'll be?
I'd say he's probably in the top 8 running back territory. Really? Possibly like high upside. If we're looking at upside now,
this year, where will he finish? Like
lowest end of RB1, I'd say.
Yeah,
he might be like a 10 to 12 RB.
Yeah, that's
10 to 12.
I think he'll be more like 12, but yeah, I mean, that's the potential that you're giving up. And he's only a second year running back, so he has a lot of tread on the tire left. So it could go either way, but I think it's pretty fair, especially because you got the 23 first rounder. That was like a big.
I think it's great for my team, and I think Sushane now is a beast. Like I think it's great for both sides, and that's how a good trade should work. I feel like, and I'm trying to not be as biased as possible, and I mean you guys are talking too. So I think Twitter and what Corey is saying right here in the comments, I think they are overvaluing Dobbins a little bit. And that's the thing is I am a Dobbins fan. It was hard to let go of this guy. I like him a lot. And I don't know. I feel like he's being a little overvalued. Corey says the haters want to act like Dobbins is Saquon already.
Yeah, but your point is valid too in the beginning of what you said. The RB life is obviously shorter than the wide receiver life. And if you're rebuilding and you're not planning on competing for 2 years, I mean, this trade just makes too much sense. I still think Dobbins is a solid running back and Suchain's going to get a lot out of him. But the trade just makes too much sense for both teams.
Yeah, I'm not competitive this year. I definitely won't be competitive next year. And that's the best positive outlook. Like it's might go on another year or two after that. So yeah, it's not good to have too many good running backs on my team just rotting.
Yeah, hopefully Rondell's in his prime by the time you need to compete.
Yeah, I think Rondell Moore is going to be a top 24 wide receiver really soon. That makes him a wide receiver too. This is a 3 wide receiver league. We start a flex, so I see myself starting Rondell Moore every week as soon as next year. Like I think he's a special player. He'll never be top 12. I don't think he'll never be in that super, like huge elite range. But I think I'm gonna be starting that man, and I think that's great. I got a starter. I got some picks. I'll be good. Now this trade stumped me. I was essentially offered this. I just modified it a little bit. And so I had to do a lot of research last night, and it just like kept looking better and better. So I pulled the trigger. I think everyone agreed with this. That was good. So I asked a few people and you guys, and everyone agreed this was good. So I traded to Amar. I gave him Denzel Mims and the worst 4th rounder I could possibly offer. Because this is Suchain's pick, the guy who I just gave Dobbins to, and is looking like one of the best teams in this league, short term and like kind of long term ish. For the next few years. So I gave him a good team's 4th rounder for next year in a poor draft class. So pretty much nothing. That doesn't even count, I'd say.
Bag of chips.
Yeah, I mean it's a pick, but it's like that's also frees up a roster space. Like I think that's basically nothing. Like we're expecting it to be a late 4th rounder, and he gives me Pat Freiermuth and a 2023 3rd rounder that he has. His team's okay, if I remember. His team's okay, but not like outstanding, right? It's good, but not like
I'd agree.
Yeah, it's not bad either. Like don't get me wrong, but I mean, so let's say his is a mid 3rd rounder, and I gave him a late 4th rounder of a much worse draft class. So I won, right? This one's easy.
My only question is, should we call the cops?
Just well, we got the Fryer man. We might have to.
He gave you the better player and the better pick. Like I don't get how. I just don't understand his logic. You know what I mean?
Just call the Fryer man instead of the cops. Burn this one down. I think you
ride this one up because
I think you made this one too easy for yourself.
Yeah,
that was bad.
Yeah,
that was a bad joke, but yeah, Freiermuth is definitely.
Was that a joke? I'm just kidding.
I don't know what Drew's saying. I don't understand. I don't even understand.
I won't repeat it. I don't
understand.
Was that the one side?
Well, you said call the cops, so I said let's call the Fryer man.
Oh,
I still don't. I don't.
Fire like
I thought you said you wouldn't.
The cops, the firemen. Oh my goodness.
Okay, that's like one of those like hits you later
comment
jokes.
section got to be for you guys.
Gotcha.
Jeez.
That's one of those.
That's
like,
not a bad joke.
jokes.
If I understood, he meant fire.
Yeah.
Like
I honestly
like a fire truck. You know the. Fire
I had Lil
hydrant.
Wayne in the back. In my mind, Lil Wayne was playing the song. Like
That makes a lot of sense.
You want me to cue that up?
No.
Yeah, put Lil Wayne on the thumbnail.
No.
Put Lil Wayne on the thumbnail.
All right, coming right up. Coming right now, Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh God! If you guys see the thumbnail I made, it's not good. It's like the worst.
Lil Wayne.
I do think we should get to this draft though soon. I think we got our whole 12-man.
Actually, one. Oh no, people left. We'll have to do. It's fine. This one here, Mike's. This is what I was waiting for, and then Drew said a joke, and I was like,
"This is a very sophisticated trade."
Threw you way off, way off.
This is a very sophisticated trade.
All right, you can. Someone read it. Yeah, Mike. Go ahead.
I'll set it up. So it's my trade. So I just drafted Kyle Pitts with the 7th overall pick in the dynasty draft, and I already had Darren Waller. So I thought to myself, okay, why not get value for Waller while it's at his all-time high before anything happens and people, I don't know, let's say he sucks, he gets injured. So I was like, let me get at least a valuable pick. So I asked for a 2023 first rounder. And I also asked for Tyler Lockett because my third wide receiver was Cole Beasley. So I replaced him with Lockett, and then I threw in Mecole Hardman as just like a sweetener. So that's the trade. So I gave up Darren Waller, Mecole Hardman, received Tyler Lockett and a first rounder 2023. And then I just put Pitts in the tight end slot. So it freed up that for me. So I didn't have to put him in the flex.
I think you won.
Flex. I think I won.
Not a huge win. Like the guy you traded with didn't lose.
No, he got an elite tight end. Yeah, he can win now. I was going more for the future and to make my team more flexible. You know,
that's the thing. Would you rather start 2 tight ends or Lockett? I'd probably rather start Lockett.
Yeah, and then Pitts. So it makes more sense for the composition of my team, and I get a valuable pick. You know,
so get a sexy 2023 first round pick.
That was huge.
I don't know how good this guy's team is. Well, after this trade, it might be a little better. So I guess we could say mid.
Oh, his team's good now. He got also got D-Hop and Carson.
Okay, so might not be an early first round pick though, Mike. It
might not be, but I mean, just having 2 first rounders in that draft is big. So
it's hard to screw up when you got a bunch of high picks in that 2023 class.
So I'll get 2 chances, to get good player.
Actually, I have to tell a quick story before we do the draft because what's going to happen when we draft, people's going to want to finish it and we can't finish it. So just a quick story. Actually, this is a little unprofessional because I had a call with somebody and I figured out the way to make it the best and least unprofessional would be not to say who this guy is. Could be a female, could be male. I don't know. Not to say what is going on, just to know he's affiliated with the Washington football team. Hopped on a call with him, and I'm like, this guy was amazing. Like, he was such a cool dude. Everything was amazing. And I'm not just making it up, like how people say, I don't wish you any ill will when you usually want like that person to die. No, this dude was awesome. We had a great call. Like, he seemed to kind of like me. I love this dude. I was like, he's so legit. He's so cool. And then I just had to say that Washington's cursed. And that was a bad
at the very end.
Yeah, sometimes
by the way,
you sabotage everything in life and throw it all away at the end of the call.
Slipped it in at the end.
Yeah, pretty much. Look, I'm telling a story, so I'm making it better. But my point was, I was like, look, I've said bad things about Washington. I'm gonna, all transparency, but I think the team is looking up and it's making the right. And before I could finish that second part, he was like, "Stop!" And I was like, this is going bad. And whatever. That's just what inspired. There's nothing so this segment is I'm gonna try to prove that Washington is cursed. So I have a ton of evidence that me and the couch captains have collected that in my lifetime since Snyder took over, I have no affiliation with Washington. So I can say whatever the hell I want. And this guy, 10% chance he's gonna hear it. Whatever, I'll risk it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great segment. So since this, this generation, whatever, Snyder or whatever, I don't even care. I'm just being what I know of. I've been saying Washington's cursed, and you know what? It actually helped a lot of people win fantasy championships. So we're gonna go off of my. Let me put it blank so we don't get I don't want anything on the screen. So let's switch to this mode. Oh, which one's on where I'm the boss? Yeah.
Boss mode.
The boss mode. All right, here we go. Albert Haynesworth signed to Washington a while ago. It's been regarded as the worst contract ever. He's been called Fat Albert. He fell down on a play, and his highlight reel from Washington was getting up from that play. It took 17 seconds. That's Albert Haynesworth. Then RG3 happens. Super stud rookie quarterback comes in, seems to have torn his ACL. And Kyle Shanahan's dad, Mike Shanahan, says, "Are you good?" RG3's like, "I don't know, man. My knee is really messed up." He says, "Go back in the game. It's the playoffs." And so he goes back in the game, probably screws up his knee even more. RG3 falls off a freaking cliff without even finishing the first season. But no worries, because a few rounds after drafting RG3, they drafted Kirk Cousins. What happened with Kirk Cousins, though? He didn't want to sign a contract. Then again, he didn't want to sign a contract. Played on the franchise tag. He's going to break that franchise tag record, my God. And just leaves them. Now they don't have a quarterback. I mean, you draft RG3 and Kirk Cousins. They both play well, and somehow you're left with Dwayne Haskins, who I like to call Dwayne Trashkins. Much worse than Drew's fireman thing, but whatever. Doesn't matter. It's fine. We know quarterback play was bad. Trent Williams gets cancer, gets a tumor. They don't according to his account, they don't treat it well, and they seem to neglect whatever. He's not happy about it. His helmet won't fit. Now Washington fans are really pissed at me at this point. They won't let it go. And they're like, look at this clown, this and that. He's never going to get traded. And, he's on the 49ers now. Thank you. Top 5 left tackle. Most would say top 3. And some would say top 1 left tackle in the league. What do you guys say? Top 5, top 3, top 1? Where is it?
Top 3.
I'm going top 3.
Top 3 then. Done. Top 3. Then Alex Smith happens. He has incredible rejuvenation career in Kansas City. Washington thinks they're going to get that guy. Actually, they get check down king. He sucks. Let's just be frank. We love the guy, and he doesn't make a lot of mistakes, but he'll never win a ship. Not even come close. And it was all the Chiefs money. He got paid Albert money. He got paid fat Albert money.
Everyone's in the draft now.
Alex Smith, and you know what? I tried to make this chronological order, but it's probably not. But I did my best right before the show. Now, Alex Smith almost dies, and that's not a joke. He almost loses his leg. He almost dies. He's almost in danger of never walking again, never walking right. And this is, we want to talk about a curse or bad luck. Look at this, guys. And so we've done research that the yard line, right? So this is what I'm looking at is a chart of the Joe Theismann injury versus the Alex Smith injury. And you don't have to see this visually. It's the same thing. It's the same injury. Everything's the same. So after doing some research, I think Alex Smith may have been on the 41-yard line. But me liking math and knowing that this is 30 years apart or something, more than that, right? 33 or whatever years apart. I don't know. Maybe there's a half a yard, a 0.05 yard factor with drawing the lines. Maybe it was on the exact same spot is all I'm saying. Because if you take away that, maybe the guy drawing the lines didn't draw it well, or ball placement, something. Let's just say it's on the same exact yard line. Broken right tibula and fibula for Alex Smith and Joe Theismann. Check. November 18th. It was the date. Check. The team. Of course, it was Washington. Check. Location, it was in Washington. Check. The yard line, basically the same. What was the final score? 23-21. And who injured them? Three-time defensive player of the year, Lawrence Taylor or JJ Watt. And left tackle, guys, what is this?
It's eerie.
Pro Bowl left tackle Joe Jacoby off field due to injury. And of course, what we just talked about, Pro Bowl left tackle Trent Williams off field due to
helmet
injury.
Not fitting.
How insane is this? And then the talks of we're living in a simulation, that started trending on Twitter after this information came out.
Almost feels like the Truman Show.
Yeah, it's insane. Okay, and then do we have
I think you forgot one though. What about Clinton Portis for Champ Bailey? Is that a bad trade in hindsight? Because Champ Bailey goes on to become,
we're only talking big time curses here.
Okay.
I mean, see, right now that would definitely, I would consider that bad. Not even horrible. I'd say that's bad. But back then, running backs were very valuable, and Clinton Portis had at least one great year with Washington.
So. I think he had a few. You're right.
Yeah. Oh, we're not done yet. So we reached the halfway mark. Jay Gruden has pics of him looking sauced at a bar. talking to a girl, cigarette in his mouth. He's on the floor. I mean, us three went to the same college. We know what these pictures resemble. Like, this is not like this is no, like it's pretty obvious. You guys can see this, right?
No, you're on boss mode. You're on boss mode.
Oh my god! So you didn't even see okay, whatever. I read it all. This was the.
You technically said you don't even need to see this.
Yeah, I did.
You were
so
explaining
that was there. So here's the Jay Gruden pitch.
Jeez Louise.
No.
He is sauce.
What is that? Is that like
you haven't seen these? Oh my god.
That is insane.
Yeah. Jay Gruden before he got after I see this is like, all right, it's a few weeks till he gets fired, right? Like it's not okay. So these
are you wearing Yeezys? What kind of shoe? What are those?
Probably dad shoes. I don't know. Could be Yeezys, but
looking at cool enough to be easy.
He looks like he's at a dive bar. I don't think he's wearing Yeezys. Another fact, Washington, now they don't have a team name. The team name's like to be announced. I mean, it's pretty bad. And so like just keep like I don't want to there, the call, like I'm not saying any information about the call, so just so you know, but it was, there was some stuff said, and I was like, what? So I'm trying to be as professional as possible. But that was definitely the inspiration of this. So yeah, they don't have a team name. It's like to be announced. They're just like, you know what? Let's not get in any more hot water. Let's just call it the football team. It's horrible. Like even writing the name on Twitter is horrible. You have to say WFT, and it's like every time you look at it, it looks like WTF. It's just it's bad. Then they got accused of having a bad work culture. Then it was like several sexual harassment allegations, and everyone's getting fired. And then Darius Geis, allegedly, supposedly, rumored to whatever, so I don't get sued, choked out his girlfriend, fiance, and she woke up to him crying because he thought he was dead. And he, you guys know who Darius Geis is, infamous Squeezy.
Yeah.
Well, that's all my evidence that Washington has been cursed.
What do you think, Mike? What's the verdict on that? Is Washington really cursed with all the evidence
for
that
sure.
I mean, prosecutor has presented here?
For sure. They don't even have a team name. What are we talking about?
Can't argue that.
I think the judges ruled, sir.
Yeah, I mean, this is not
Your Honor.
But to leave it on a positive note, and what I was trying to tell the dude on the phone, I'm like, they're making a lot of moves here. So I'm always willing to be like, I was wrong or change my mind. I got to at least try to, even if something is blocking me from doing that. I always got to try to. And I really think the curse may be lifted here. I think they're making tremendous moves. Like, what was their holes? Secondary wasn't even as bad as I thought. They keep improving secondary. Wide receiver depth, they only had one. They've attacked that. De'Ami Brown in the draft, and Curtis Samuel, who's is a Swiss Army knife. That's a good amount of depth. And they already have Logan Thomas. They have J.D. McKissick, who's a great pass catching back, and Antonio Gibson, who can catch as well. So it's like
Chase Young.
That. They drafted Chase Young last year, kind of a no-brainer, but
he's like Bosa, but slightly better.
Yeah, just because they didn't have to make moves to do that, he's still freaking a stud, defensive end or edge. Like, so I think that and quarterback, that was the biggest hole. And even though Fitzmagic's not that great, that's a huge improvement.
He's a decent holdover.
And they got Tyler Heineke, who I don't even hate. Like he's the backup. That's cool. He might work out. We like to think not because he's so unproven and doesn't have that pet. He's not like Trevor Lawrence or who you guys scouting right now, Archie.
Well, didn't they take the Buccaneers in the first round, the Redskins last year, and Heineke started that game? He didn't look too bad, I thought. I thought that was the case.
He played a couple games at the end and looked great. So
right.
I'm just saying that all I'm saying is that quarterback room is not solved at all. The problem is not solved, but it's so much better. And it's already a pretty good team with very little holes. O-line also got better. So I'm down to draft Gibson. I'm down to, if McLaurin falls to round 5, that's 100% must draft. Like he won't even fall there, but I'm saying like I like McLaurin. I like Antonio Gibson, even with the turf toe. I like it. Like I'm not hating on them as much. Let's see if they turn things around. All right, let's mock. Ex Machina.
All right.
So we should say what positions we're at, just so.
Oh, crap. So let me drop this. So this is what the mock draft's about. So this is all about the Throne League. And I'm going to, here it is. So the Throne League, and I'm posting this everywhere right now. I'm posting it in the comments. The Throne League is a community versus community league, 12-team redraft, where all of us vote. The entire Couch family votes on every single pick. We argue, we debate. I even hop on a voice chat with people when we have time. We like everything is done. I've created as close as I can to a virtual war room. It's in the Discord. So if you want to join, it's right there. If you're annoying, if you break the rules, anything, we boot you out. It's it's private community. It's a high quality community. So if you're going to break any rules or be annoying or not listen to any of the admins or captains, you're going to get booted. But if you want to be in the war room and you're not part of any of the other 11 communities like Rapper or Smitty, Expert, Analyst, any of those guys communities, if you're part of their communities, you cannot join the Discord. So if you want to be Couch fam, represent, vote, make the picks all the way through. By the way, we won last year. Are you part of it?
Yes, sir.
Join the Discord, read the rules, hit the check mark. That's how you get in. If you don't do that, you won't get in. So yeah, I just posted that link. If you want in, again, you can email me, fantasycouch@gmail.com. I'm gonna write it right here. fantasycouch@gmail.com. You can DM me, Instagram, find me on Facebook, hit me up on Twitter. I'll send you the link. All right, that's the link right here. This link's going to expire in 7 days, I think. But the Throne League starts June 14th, Monday. So you want to get in from the ground. You want to get in before we make our second pick. I'll tell you that. We got the second overall pick. We're going to mock draft right now. All right. So let's get that going. All right. And
we got a couple familiar faces from my couple
this
leagues
score
I
is
have.
so awesome. People dropped out and people joined. Thank you guys so much for making it. It's okay to auto, but I mean, like, you guys are I just want to say how freaking dope Discord and the captains are, because I saw 3 spots were empty. Okay, so I'm drafting from the 2 spot. We're just going to do 3 rounds just to see who's going to be there for the second and third. And we talk about whatever else we want. Again, this is a 12-team redraft, full PPR. You start 3 wide receivers, 1 flex, and 1 quarterback, okay? Everyone ready?
Let's go.
That 30 seconds per pick. Go.
Wow, you're giving people 30 seconds. You're being
Whoa, take it easy.
Wait, you know my 10-second thing?
Oh, goodness.
Oh, you don't? Oh, you were sarcastic. Oh, yeah, we do
sarcasm.
10. We step it up. We do 10 seconds.
I know. I love
SATs.
It's training.
I'm just saying, you're being nice today. You're being
nice.
Well,
we're doing a podcast. I got to talk. Like,
I love it. I love it.
I don't want everyone looking at me.
Whoa.
Alrighty.
So
here we go.
So, we can take any of these 5, if Smitty's listening, if any of people's listening, we can take any of these 5 picks. I'm going to randomly pick Dalvin Cook this time, though.
Okay.
Just randomly.
Just randomly.
Is that not true to scale?
CMC has a 2% chance of falling to us, I think. Because Team 1.
Jay Taylor.
Team 1 this year.
Oh, God, here we go.
Is Team 1 this year. And they drafted CMC. So we'll see if they're butthurt.
Love.
I don't know what the heck that was. So it went CMC, Dalvin Cook, Jonathan Taylor.
Whoa.
Alvin Kamara, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley fell to 6, Chubb at 7, and Drew at 8 takes a non-running back.
Whoa.
Tyreek.
I'm going Tyreek.
Good thing this is just a mock.
He's going off script.
This one, I just can't. I don't like Zeke there. I'm not big on Zeke this year, guys. I'm just not.
You know what pranksters say on YouTube, right? They go, "It's just a prank, bro." Like after they do something that's not a prank.
Yeah.
So you got to be. It's just a mock, bro. It's just a mock.
It's just a mock.
That's
no Kelsey there though.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'd rather take Kelsey. So it went Chubb at 7.
That's a reach. That was
Drew, Tyreek Hill at 8,
Wow.
Zeke at 9. Austin Eckler at 10.
Gross.
Devontae
That was
Adams
worse
at
than my pick.
11.
That was worse than your pick. This better be Kelsey in one of these picks.
How do you not draft
Bama
Kelsey at the
fan.
10?
Yeah, how do you not? I just don't get it.
Look,
If
I'll
you
be
pass
happy
it-
with Kelsey at 2.11.
Whoa.
Diggs
What
is
is
great.
happening
He
right-
could be
I
the
know,
best
I know.
wide receiver in the league.
Yeah, he was. But you got to go Kelsey here.
That's called
Come on.
RB0, Mike.
I know.
Do you want to go in
I
that
like it.
territory?
I do if I was there. See?
Oh!
He listened
Yeah.
to
Hey,
you.
that's not a bad
Listen.
start. Diggs and
That's a
Kelsey,
great start.
like in a 3 wide receiver league.
It's a great
like,
start, man.
if you can figure out your running backs.
Running backs always disappoint somehow. Somewhat if you take them too early.
Not always.
Not
Sometimes.
always.
Half
but-
the time.
Half the time.
Half the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Diggs went 12, Kelsey 13, Cam
Woo, Metcalf.
Akers at the 2.2, Metcalf 2.3.
Is everyone high on Akers here?
I love Akers. Just
I'm-
traded for him
I'm-
today.
I'm high on him. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love him in round 2, and I like
Yeah.
him.
Round
I
2
like
for
him.
sure.
But I mean, guys, like Jonathan Taylor went 3rd overall, and what the heck do you do if
Yeah.
you have a 6th pick? Like it's 6 on. Because look at what Drew did.
The curse is
Yeah.
over.
Drew, was that a
Curse
panic
is
pick?
lifted. Ooh,
That looked like a
Najee.
panic pick.
No, I had him queued. Top
No,
of my
Tyreek
queue.
Hill. No, Antonio Gibson's fine.
No, I didn't want to do Zeke. And I didn't want to do Devontae because he's question mark with Rodgers. I really
Why
think
not
Tyreek.
Kelsey?
You might be right. It could have been interchangeable
Yeah.
there.
Ridley. Okay.
So Gibson. So Drew after take.
Ooh,
So
I'm going this right here.
Joe Mixon 2.4.
Oh, 2 Titans. I messed up.
Antonio Gibson 2.5. Najee Harris 2.6. I'm on the clock. So
Did I mess up with the 2 Titans? I forgot about that.
You're going big. That's this move right here. I mean, now you got to get Tannehill first.
I was
you
just
gotta get all
going
of them,
value.
right?
remember,
Yeah.
Just
remember
joking.
the
Just
audio
No, you're
listeners,
right.
guys. Audio listeners, we got to.
So I drafted Derrick Henry 5th overall, and then the second round I picked AJ Brown. So I double dipped in the Titans pool.
That's not that bad.
It's not that
No,
bad.
not-
Yeah.
But 2.5 was Gibson. 2.6 Najee Harris.
That was a
2.
reach, right? The Najee
No,
Harris?
nope, not
No?
at all. 2.7 Calvin Ridley, great pick. 2.8 AJ Brown, 2.9 Aaron Jones, 2.10 Justin Jefferson, and I'm very excited. At 2.11, I got DeAndre Hopkins, which is so sexy, and I pair him with Dalvin Cook, baby. And then J.K. Dobbins just went 2.12, and with the first pick of the 3rd round, Jared selects panic pick incoming.
Panic pick.
Gonna be a
Panic
tight
pick.
end.
Running back. I knew it. I knew it.
That's what I
knew it.
want
Running back.
now.
3 running back. 3 running back.
Crap.
Sniper.
I hate DeAndre Swift.
Ew.
I think that's a good pick
Gross.
there myself, but
No.
I'm gonna go with Chris
Oh, yeah,
Carson.
that was a good pick.
You know,
That
I
was a good
could go
guy.
with the top 3 tight end. I could go with a pretty good
His wide
receiver.
receivers are gonna be bad though, I assume.
Swift.
Right?
No, I changed
Oh,
my mind. I'm
panic,
going
panic.
Mike
That was panic pick.
Nope, not panic. It was
That was
between
panic
Mike
pick.
Tom. Nope, definitely was not.
Keenan Allen. Ew.
It was between Chris Carson and Mike Thomas. And I'm thinking this year's a little different with the 3 wide receivers. I wanted to get my wide receiver.
What do I do? Oh, okay. Hold on, wait. I'm
Well,
gonna do
let me read it. Clyde Edwards-Helaire 3.1,
Ooh.
Mike Thomas 3.2, Keenan Allen 3.3, Allen Robinson 3.4, and Mike, who's the 5th team, selects George Kittle at 3.5.
Georgie. He's bounced back here, baby. Ugh.
Finally, Swift goes.
I wasn't gonna do it.
DeAndre Swift.
Wasn't gonna be
3.6.
me. Tell you that right now.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna be me either.
Yeah.
So
I'd
Sully
rather
went
go.
Chubb Harris. What does he do? McLaurin.
Ooh, I was gonna go McLaurin, but I'd rather have Kittle. A healthy
And I
Kittle.
think I have to.
So McLaurin
Rainbow.
at 3.7.
Nice.
Waller's a great pick at 3.8.
Yeah,
I
I
love
like
it.
that. Good pick.
Yeah, so I went Tyreek Hill 1st round, Antonio Gibson 2nd
We have
round.
similar strategy, Drew. We have balance. I like the balance.
Yep. I like that rainbow look.
Is that Wait, did Josh Jacobs get picked yet?
No, he
No.
sucks.
Wow.
He's
That's
trash.
crazy.
There we go. Julio Jones going up to round 3 because he's on the
that's
Titans
crazy.
now. Makes
I didn't know
0 sense. That
makes
a guy
no
goes from
sense.
round 4 to round 3. He goes to a
I
team
think he'll be
that
better though.
no,
You literally
they
said
don't
that
throw
earlier
the
in the show.
ball.
You literally
What?
said this earlier in the show that people would
Yeah.
move him
Okay. I
up
thought you
ADP.
said like I didn't. He'd be worse because the team does. He goes from a team that throws all the time to a
that's
team
true.
that never
That's
throws.
true.
I don't hate
But you
Julio
said people
Jones.
would do this.
Yeah,
you
I'm
said
just
people
saying.
would do this.
I'm a freak. I do like money drafts in March. Like I'm a freak. It's that's how you get, I do best balls. He was going round 4. He went round 5 on occasion in a 10-team best ball. So now he's going round 3. That's what's dumb. Like, no.
Are we doing 4 rounds? Are we going to keep going?
No.
That's it. Stop it. Cut.
I told you. I don't even.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
crazy.
let me just do round 3 and then we'll go over our team. So I did Clyde Edwards-Helaire 3.1, Mike Thomas 3.2. That's my pick. Keenan Allen 3.3, Allen Robinson 3.4, Mike's pick. George Kittle 3.5, DeAndre Swift 3.6, Solly's pick. McLaurin 3.7, Andrew's pick, Darren Waller 3.8, Julio 3.9, Miles Sanders went 3.10, Chris Carson fell to 3.11. Love that. David Montgomery 3.12, and then Bama fan cheated and picked Mike Evans at 4.1.
He cheated.
No, he didn't cheat. I just didn't. Well, my team is Dalvin Cook, DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Thomas. I love it. I love that start. I feel like we can get a sleeper running back. ETN, round 5. Mike Davis, round 5, which is even early for Mike Davis. But like, I feel like we can do it. I don't even care about RB2 as much this year in a 3 wide receiver league. Because you know what? Running backs break our hearts.
That's true.
Time.
That's
if I got Dalvin and Madison, I don't even care. I'll start any. His running back scored like the least amount of points. Like, I'll put whoever at RB2. Mike, what's up with your squad?
My team's very balanced. I went Derrick Henry, so I got a top running back. Second round, I got AJ Brown, a top receiver, and then an elite tight end in round 3 with Kittle. So I was going for a balanced attack, and that's just I feel like that's the best way for me if I do that in the first 3 rounds.
I actually like Drew's team better, even though I hate his first, because I like Waller slightly more than Kittle in fantasy.
And you love Gibson.
Yeah, Gibson's pretty good. Yeah, I like Gibson. So
I got Derrick Henry. Come on now.
Yeah, okay. So that, I mean, 5th overall, that does give you a huge boost. Yeah. It does add more muscles to your team. I do like that. Mm-hmm. And then we got Drew's squad here.
Yeah, it would have been a different situation if I go Kelsey.
Read your team.
Number. Okay, let's go. So I had the 8th overall pick. I had Tyreek Hill with my 1st overall pick. I picked Antonio Gibson 2.5, so my 2nd round pick. And then at 3.8, I selected Darren Waller. I mean, the thought process was probably that I could interchange Tyreek Hill with Travis Kelce there if I wanted to, but I thought Tyreek Hill would just be that much better this year in terms of the wide receivers that were right there, Devontae and Stephon. I just feel like Tyreek's going to be a little bit better than both of them. And then I love Antonio Gibson, like we've been saying the last couple episodes. I really think he's a dual threat, catching and receiving or running. And then Waller, we all talked about how great and the stud he is. So I like my rainbow squad too.
Yeah, I would consider a guy like Waller early round 3, but realistically, it's too early for my blood. But once we approach late round 3, round 4, I would probably take Waller almost all the time.
Yeah.
So I do like him. Yeah, that was fun. So, it seems like what we're going to decide is we're probably taking one wide receiver at least at the 2 and 3 turns. So we got the 2.11 pick. We wait 2 picks and then 3.2. So we're taking at least one wide receiver. I think the question is, do we take 1 or 2 wide receivers with these first 3 picks? And the first guy is going to be a running back. That's for sure. And then do we go?
Yeah, you got to go 2 wide receivers unless an elite tight end is there.
If Clyde was there, I'd take him.
Okay.
If Dobbins was there, I'd probably take him too. So I was thinking Chris. I don't like Swift that much. So I was thinking But Akers, Akers is, if Akers somehow falls, Gibson somehow falls, Aaron Jones will be a discussion. I don't like him, but I mean at 2.11.
What about Najee if he falls? Is that a
we're drafting him. Yeah.
rookie?
I mean, come on, man. You can't.
You got to get
Running
Justin
backs.
Jefferson though if you can.
Yeah,
I feel like.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we love Justin Jefferson there, even
Yeah.
if we do take Dalvin.
If you can get Justin Jefferson and Clyde, that's a solid. That's a good move.
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah, I'd love that. Yeah, we've been mocking Justin Jefferson at 2.11, and just because Dalvin's on the team, that's totally fine because Justin Jefferson's going to be just dandy. I love him. I have him ranked ahead of AJ Brown for sure. So I don't know what's up with your look. You took AJ Brown, but I think Justin Jefferson and Hopkins are way better. So that would have made your team, Mike, incredible. I don't see how you pass up on Hopkins and Jefferson. Oh god.
I think Hopkins is older. I don't like Hopkins as much. I should have probably got Jefferson.
That's fine though. Like
I think Brown with Julio's tutelage, like he could be a beast as well. Like he hasn't scratched the surface.
No, just
but I should have probably went Jefferson.
AJ Brown won't have that many targets and receptions. It just won't happen. It just won't.
We have a comment that might be worth discussing. We got Taylor Gresham saying that Najee is a bust fantasy-wise. Watch.
Ooh. Okay.
What do you guys think about that?
I'm not opposed to that. I think
I assume two negative things about this: O-line and quarterback play. But I things change so fast. So if Big Ben and the wide receivers can be okay, and now that they have a real running back, I think it's gonna everything. The O-line isn't just let's draft a left tackle. Let's go trade for a guard. That doesn't make an O-line. Why? Look at the Cardinals. My Twitter is just full of, but the O-line sucks. You're so stupid for ranking Kyler Murray that high. Just going back when Kyler Murray's rookie year, I had Kyler Murray as a top 10 quarterback, and people thought it was insane. That's the worst O-line. Like so many people, YouTube comments, that's the worst O-line. What happens? You get a coach and a new quarterback. All of a sudden, it's not the worst O-line. And that's it. They didn't even have DeAndre Hopkins yet. So everything affects the O-line, how long the quarterback holds the ball, blah, blah, blah. How much faith did they have in James Conner? I don't know. They shipped him off. They said, do whatever the hell you want. They drafted Najee Harris. Like they didn't have great running backs. Like it was after James Conner, especially, it was really bad. McFarland, Benny the Snell. So
they got Balaj now.
I do respect, who's probably better. he did really good for the Chargers. He revived his career. So I think the running backs are way better because they drafted Najee Harris. Now, if Big Ben is completely done and he sucks, then this prediction's gonna come true. Like they need some kind of help, and it's not going to be in the form of just getting O-line. It's going to be in the form of quick throws, wide receivers actually catching the ball, and Big Ben not falling off a cliff. So although I do respect this, I'm a Najee fan. I'm not taking him round 1. Some people might, but late round 2, I'm definitely down. I'm pulling the trigger.
What do you think, Mike?
Najee is already twice the RB Conner was.
What do you think, Mike?
I think he's way more talented than obviously James Conner was. He's a first round back. He's going to be similar to like a Marshawn Lynch, I feel like. But the only downside is that, they have their offensive line isn't that great. They haven't been a team that rushes the ball. They've been airing it out the past few seasons. So if they're going to continue to air it out, then his upside is limited. But he's definitely more talented. Yeah, he's more talented, though, than any running back they've had in a long time.
He can catch.
They're not going to be throwing him the ball a lot. I don't know.
He's a 3-down back, though.
Yeah,
he can definitely block and pass protection. I mean, he's a good kid. He's a hard worker, like the comment said from Corey. I think he's
like Le'Veon Bell. I think he could be like, the next coming of Le'Veon Bell, like in his prime, when he was on the Steelers. He has the same skills.
I like him. Size. He's a rookie. There is risk. Washington is cursed, but I think they passed down the curse to the Houston Texans.
For sure.
Guys, check out the Discord. I dropped the link. Let me see if I'll drop it one more time here. I'll try to. And we'll end it on that. Make sure you guys, I am having some more fan leagues because people want to be in regular leagues with me. Right now, there's no official announcement. I'm saying, guys, if without no giving me money or anything like that, what's gonna really, really help me is if you follow the couch on social media. So that's the Discord link right there. If you want to get in our throne war room where we pick every draft pick, we draft as a community. We won it last year. We're trying to go back to back. So follow us on social media, subscribe to the podcast, leave a review, subscribe to both YouTube channels, Fantasy Couch Podcast. Follow me on all social medias at Fantasy Couch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Follow is going to really, really help. And I'm going to have fan leagues. We're going to have giveaways. I'm going to do a lot of things where you can compete against me, compete in the league with Drew and Mike. It's going to be awesome. So please follow me. It's free. Best way to show your support. Peace out.